Nioh is back.
Mortimer, we're back.
Nioh 3 is releasing on February 6, 2026, and I can't wait. If you really think about it, technically the game is already out because they have a demo that they released, which is the first full area. I take that back. It's the first, like, 2 or 3 major bosses in the game. It runs you through the tutorial, and it also gets you kind of spun up on a lot of the systems of the game while also beating your ass. What I can very much say confidently is that this game is a freaking very promising successor to its predecessors. I played Nioh 1 for about 8 hours before I quit, not because the game was bad, but because I didn't like it as much as Dark Souls and some of the other Souls games at the time. But Nioh 2, it capitalized on what was good about Nioh 1, the combat specifically, and it also added newer features such as the yokai shift and the different yokai moves that you could get, the abilities, pretty much stealing their moves, kind of like Mega Man, right? And then also they added multiplayer. I do not remember multiplayer being in Nioh 1, but also I didn't have anybody to play it with. But Nioh 2, me and the bro, we played that game religiously and beat the dog shit out of it. The game was so good that we bought it again years later on our PlayStation 5s, and we started playing it again with my nephew. Now, we didn't beat it because other games came out and kind of stole the thunder from it, but also we knew that this game was coming out, so once it got a little too close to this game coming out, we kind of just put it down and played other stuff because we knew this was coming. Nioh 3 does literally everything that Nioh 2 does. It has literally all of the same stuff, and they just added a few new systems. What I do like is that the progression feels more tailored to how you want to play. It still has RNG, right, with the gear drops and what the abilities and things that the gear would have, but there's a lot more understanding of what you can do and why you would pick things. A better way for me to explain this is to say that for your ninja class, right? For the ninja class and the samurai class, things are split. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I don't know if this is gonna fit well for this build or this. No, you will know, okay, this is ninja items because it has an icon for ninja, and it'll only show you ninja items for the ninja side. And then for the samurai side, it will only show you samurai items. So yes, you're still making 2 builds simultaneously, but they very much mesh perfectly. And with the different systems, right, with the parry system, which is just the yokai parry system from Nioh 2, you will switch from one one build to the next, right? It's really smooth. This switch is, like I said, a parry and a switch. And when you have your samurai side, right? Your samurai side perks is that it's strong, right? It's it's viable for defense, so you can use it to make sure that you can parry. There's literally a dedicated parry. You have to unlock it, but there is a parry specifically with the block, and it's very, very precise, like Sekiro levels of precise. It's kind of crazy. I'm pretty sure they sat down and said, look, we're gonna make sure we have everything perfect, and they got that parry down pat. Like I said, the samurai side is very powerful. You can also, this is the only form that you can purify the yokai realm circles, right, that they'll put on the ground to sap your ki. The ninja side, right, that side specifically deals with being swift and very lethal. So I would say it's like the glass cannon. It is strong, but at the same time, you can get 2-tapped if you're not paying attention. But in the other downside is that they can't purify yokai realms, right? But they have a dodge. So the way it works is you can do a combo, right? You do a 2-3 piece combo, and as long as you press R1 in a timely manner, honestly, you could spam it. As long as you press R1, you're gonna dash to the side. Now you won't get any ki back, but you don't really need to worry about that because 9 times out of 10, when you're doing that attack and you do that slide to the side, like slide to the left, slide to the right, you're gonna dodge the attack, and then you can reprieve for 2 seconds, gather a little stamina. This ninja form does not use a lot of ki as you're attacking, so you can be very, very violent with your violence of action the entire time. And I promise you, it feels so good. Like I said, these two forms, they mesh very well. I was very, because I hadn't played the demo before. I missed it the last time. But they mesh perfectly together. I never feel like I want to use one over the other. It's more of, I want to use this one for this reason, and I want to use this one for this reason. And as you get used to switching between the both of them, it becomes like, like second nature, honestly. The combat is amazing. Like I said, Koei Tecmo always do good with their combat. The Warrior series, the freaking Ninja Gaiden series, they are always on point with it. I played the hell out of Rise of the Ronin, and that game was flames. Beat the dog shit out of it with my baby. Played Wulong. I had beat the hell out of it, got the platinum, and beat it with my baby. I think we beat it. I don't remember. I think we beat it. We played the hell out of it. I remember playing it. Then we beat Final Fantasy Stranger in Paradise. Literally, it's like, I think they took all the ideas that they got from those games, and they said, all right, look, we're going to make our magnum opus right now. We're putting it all in.
You what?
And they very much did. This is literally just the demo that I'm speaking about. I did pre-order the game because I was going to buy it anyways. But just from the demo alone, I can see the vision for this game. They did a really good job. For this demo to be able to be played for, like, I think they said about 10 hours worth of content in the demo. I've only played like maybe 3. It's amazing. The exploration it's mind-blowing. Not because they're doing something different like from any other game, right? They're literally taking what Elden Ring did and then adding their formula onto that. So yes, you can open your map and you can see a bunch of stuff on the map, right? But it's not as bloated as like a Ubisoft game. It's more of just, hey, this is what's in this area, but there's missions, you can do missions. And instead of clicking a mission like the last game and starting it and then you run through it and you're done, you can do a lot of these missions in the open world. So you can literally go to an NPC, talk to them, get the mission, run to the area, do it, right? Which is different for a Nioh game, but it works smooth. It doesn't feel like tacked on. It feels like it's very organic to the game. That being said, at the shrines, you can start missions. Like, you can, I'll get to the multiplayer in a bit, but you can start missions from the shrine. I literally started one mission and it, teleported me to a specific mission area. I did the mission and finished it. So that is still there for us who like linear progression, but at the same time, there is also that open world portion. And because of Rise of the Ronin, I was kind of afraid that this game would kind of, block us from multiplayer in the open world, but I can very much tell you that is not the case. The multiplayer is the reason why I gave Nioh 2 the try, right? I played it by myself a little bit, but then once I realized I had the multiplayer and I was liking the game, I told my bro about it when he had got his gaming PC and we hopped on it. Nioh 3, I'm telling you, it does everything that we've been wanting from Elden Ring, from FromSoft games. How they can just implement multiplayer into the game and it doesn't break it. It doesn't make it too easy. I promise you it's not too easy. They do it perfectly. I always used to say that Nioh is Ninja Gaiden Souls. And that's really what it is. Because it's a straight action game, but it has its soul elements. And the fact that we can play the entire game multiplayer, there's no reason to complain. There's nothing wrong with the multiplayer at all. It's smooth. As long as your internet's good, you ain't gonna be lagging, and all the progression carries over. So if my old lady gets the game right and she starts playing it, and I jump in and I'm behind her, like say she gets further than me and I'm behind her, she can join my game. We can play up to where I am, and then we're both progressing the story. And like I said, I never understood why games didn't just add multiplayer. I know games want to, focus on the single player experience, but you can literally do like they used to do back in the day, where you just make the main character blue and we can just play together. I don't care if it doesn't fit the narrative of the story. I just want to be able to play with the friends, right? It literally can just be, I grab another controller, press start, and it turns split screen, or we play online, and like I said, the other person is blue or yellow or some shit. We don't care. We just want to be able to play the games with our friends. Koei Tecmo gets it. And like I said, it does not make the game easier. I would argue that it makes the game harder, because yes, the enemies get more health. The enemies are already aggressive. The game is already hard, right? So, you have to still be deliberate. You can't just go in there just guns blazing, just running fades, because you can still get jumped. It's only 3 of you. And, also if you're doing the expeditions, right? With the expeditions, if you don't know this, it gives you a life meter for your team. So whenever somebody goes down, that life meter will start to drain until they get revived, or they can just revive themselves for a chunk of it. And this keeps y'all in the fight. So, and when you get to a boss, right, when you're in a boss fight specifically, when that meter empties, you don't end. You don't just die. Everybody doesn't die. You just can't revive anybody, so you have to try to finish the boss yourself. I always love that because it forces you to work as a team. You don't want to go in there and just get your ass beat, because we're gonna be blaming you for losing. So hey, it really is cool. This is something small, but of course the character creator is fire. Koei Tecmo has been doing this for a while now. Honestly, I think they're doing the same thing that Elden Ring does, that FromSoft does with their games. Every game is pretty much using the same engine, right? It's pretty much they're using literally the same assets from the prior games. This is the same thing. One thing I will say, another amazing feature is that the DLC weapons from Nioh 2 are already in the base game. Oh my freaking gosh. Normalize the next iteration of a game already having the DLC items or the updates from the prior game. I'm telling you, Koei Tecmo is cooking with gasoline. I am a freaking habitual fist hand runner on these games, like in Elden Ring and Dark Souls 3. What other games? I don't remember what other game. Every game that I can use the fists in, I'm using the fists. Like Rise of the Ronin, I played majority of the game using my hands. Like I'd use a weapon sometimes to kill people, but most of the time I was using the literal hands, because I just love the hand-to-hand martial arts in these games. And they really have it in the base game. Like me and my friends, we finished the demo, the major boss, right? And one of the rewards was fists. I don't think it was because of beating the boss, but it just so happened we got fists. Brother, I dropped another 2 hours into the game after that. I love using the fists in these games, and like I said, because you can pretty much have 2 builds. So the old game, it was you could have 2 melee weapons and you can switch between them, and then you have 2 ranged weapons so you can switch between those. In this one, they're literally completely separated, and because of that, I have a fist build and I have a Odachi build. So I can switch between the 2 weapons I like using the most, and also have a whole build dedicated around it. It's not just, I have to kind of force my build to mesh with both. I can literally have 2 separate builds that do 2 separate things and have them work in tandem together. It's freaking great. Last thing I want to talk about is the different skills. Like I mentioned, the parries and the different defensive mechanics, right? You can dodge, you can freaking parry, you can do the yokai parry, which is just a shift parry, I guess is what it's called. I think it's the most for the dodging and stuff like that, right? That's your defensive options. There's a lot of them. There's a gigantic skill tree, of course, just like Nioh and Nioh 2, where you can dump skill points, like ninja points, ninja locks, and things like that, right? You can dump those into a nice size skill tree and really build up your character how you want. Of course, there's the level up system using the Amaretta. There's a lot of different progression things here. Your titles are back, so as you earn titles from doing certain things, it's pretty much like achievements in the game. It'll also give you points to use to level up the base stats of your character as well. There is a lot of things here. Now, the way that the skills work, you have skills for samurais, you have skills for ninjas. And both of those, right, are based off of the skill tree. But then you also have the demon moves, the yokai moves, right? But the way that they work, they're a little bit different. Now, once the base game comes out, I'll have a little more information on it. But from my understanding, you have to actually prepare them. You don't just turn into the demon anymore and use the move, the yokai. You don't turn into the yokai anymore. Now, you summon the yokai, kind of like Elden Ring with the summoning the bell, right? You summon it, but it does its attack and then it leaves, right? So that's a different change, but it's fine. I understand it's most likely a story thing because you're not part yokai in this game. So I think that's why that's like that. But then also, your guardian spirit has a special move as well. So you have way more things at your disposal for this game. You have like 3 or 4 defensive options. You have a multitude of different attacks and skills that you can use to keep you in the fight. and also different healing items and things of that nature to keep you in the fight. So honestly, this game is still hard, but I promise you this will definitely be an easier game to get into compared to the other two Nioh games. Like I said, one of my issues with Nioh 1 was not that the game was bad or anything like that. It's just that at the time, it was new. It was a new battle system, and I'm coming off of Dark Souls, right? It didn't mesh well with me as much as I tried to make it. And you can die quick in Nioh. Even now, you can still get 2-3-pieced, and if you're not, managing your ki, with the key pulses, which is just active reloads. If you're not managing your ki, you can get done up, and that's just one of those things I hadn't gotten used to. But this game has so many different things to back you up, and then the fact that it's open world. So guess what? You can no longer, even though you wouldn't get filtered because you're under leveled. You'd get filtered in the old games because you didn't go in and do some of the side missions to level up. On here, it's even better. It's just like Elden Ring. If you get stuck somewhere, guess what you can do? You can just go somewhere else. You go do some more side missions. Go do some more little activities. Find some more things in the open world. And then come back and bust that ass. It's so cool.
But wait! There's more! Hang on to your seat, baby! Cause this one's a screamer!
I don't know how I forgot. Yo, there's a double jump in the game. I had to come back right quick. There's a double jump in the game. That is your other dodge option. Also, it adds attack options because you can jump, right? You can do air combos. Nioh is now 100% Ninja Gaiden Souls, brother. And there's also a crouch button, a dedicated crouch button, L3. You can now crouch and sneak behind enemies and freaking one-piece them. So we are getting everything that they've literally turned this into a full open world game, but it still maintains its identity. I just wanted to talk about this game a little bit. I already love it. I knew I was going to. This is the first major game that I'm buying this year. I've already played 2XKO and High Guard, two games that I actually genuinely like. I know some people don't like High Guard because they just grifting right now, but hey, it's okay. This game is heat, and I cannot wait to play it. I've already pre-ordered it, like I said before. It comes out this upcoming Friday, February 6th, 2026. I look forward to seeing you all on it. But now, like, share, subscribe, stay tuned. Captain out.
We're back.